Chicago! Welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download that app and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome to the show, everyone. I am Kevin Kaduk. I am back in studio. Hey. Luke Stuckmeyer is now remote, but we're going to do this special Wednesday edition of the Chicago Sports Podcast as we get ready for the big Thanksgiving holiday tomorrow.
Did you say we're prevented by or prevented?
I almost said prevented, yeah. Okay. A little rusty.
That's fine.
Lawrence, sorry. Joined also by Lawrence Benedetto and Kacy Standohar. Luke, do you miss us?
I do miss you. You know, it's like this is trading places. We're switching out who's remote. And
I know.
You had a nice little vacation, right? You have a good time on vacation?
Did have a good time on vacation. I saw I almost got Wally pipped by Big Dave. He did an amazing job filling in for me.
He did.
Luckily, I'm still the Yankees manager, so I was able to make the call and put myself back in the lineup.
Very good.
Stop his Lou Gehrig push.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, I'm just pumped about Thanksgiving. This is my favorite holiday of the year, I think, because I'm all about food and I'm a gorger, and so you put those two together, and what do you have? Thanksgiving.
And you're kind of like your appetite is kind of bland, so like Thanksgiving food probably suits you well. Like a big bowl of mashed potatoes is like probably your jam.
Ryan, what you're saying is I'm a meat and potatoes man, and you are correct. And I told the Cubs guys this yesterday. I love Thanksgiving dinner so much that I talked my wife into making it our reception dinner at our wedding. We had Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce?
Everything. Cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing.
Cranberry sauce in the jar? Like that goes.
No, homemade
actual cranberry sauce. No.
So I love homemade cranberry sauce. I also love. I mean, I think there's a place and time for the one that's actually out of the can.
Thanksgiving. Yes. Yeah. You just slice it up.
Yeah, but like this was our wedding, Lawrence. Where do you think we were having our reception at? Denny's? Like it wasn't coming out of a can.
Nice call back to pre-show meeting. I don't know, man. How does the athletic greens fit into your Thanksgiving Day meal? Do you stuff it in the turkey?
Yeah, it's the base. It's the base. But then I don't do the appetizer thing. I don't touch the appetizers. I don't want cocktail weenies to fill me up before I get to the main meal. I want to have room for double desserts.
So I have to plan a strategy for tomorrow because I run the turkey trot 5K every Thanksgiving morning. Then we go to a friend's house.
Must be nice.
They make a big breakfast spread. So you kind of eat all that stuff. Then I go to my in-laws. My mother-in-law is a great cook. Then I go to my brother's, and he's also a great cook. So it's like all about the pacing, and I always wear myself out at my in-laws. And then I get to my brother's, and I feel bad because I don't have room. But tomorrow I'm going to try to dedicate myself. My brother is buying one of these heirloom turkeys. Have you ever heard of these?
Is it like a tomato?
It's apparently a turkey
blanket.
It's apparently a turkey that you can trace the bloodline back to the turkey that the Pilgrims ate.
That's so stupid.
Come on.
I'm sorry. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I honestly think my brother. I think my brother probably paid like 3 or 4 times, for a scan as much as a regular bird. Like, how could you trace a turkey all the way back there?
Yeah, this is a Pilgrim turkey. We guarantee it.
That's ridiculous. That is just absolutely ridiculous.
What was the main Pilgrim's name? John something?
John M. Smith Homemakers?
Johnny Turkey, I think. I don't know. Johnny Appleseed. Isn't that Johnny Appleseed?
I don't remember Johnny Appleseed. Oh, yeah, he was quite a guy. All right, we have a good show ahead of you today, talking a little bit about Chicago sports before we do get into our Thanksgiving stuff. But first off, let's get into headlines. We are waiting for news on Justin Fields' left shoulder, which is going to come sometime in the next hour or so. Justin Fields is talking after Bears practice, trying to read the tea leaves. We're really not sure what that means, but it's going to, whatever we find out is going to shape what the rest of the Bears season looks like. Is Justin Fields going to be playing these final 6 games? Is Trevor Siemian the guy, which would obviously be a real boon for the Bears draft position? The Bears are currently 3-8, and they hold the 3rd pick in the draft, but there's a lot of teams right behind them with 4 losses, so this could really fluctuate within, from week to week as we go forward. Luke, where are you at right now with the Bears?
I'm still in the I only want them to beat the Packers, and I want Justin Fields to play well. But
Yeah.
if his shoulder is indeed a separated shoulder or some sort of serious shoulder injury instead of just an upper body, as the hockey guys would say, then I'm leaning towards shutting him down for the season and letting Trevor Siemian play. I don't want to slow his development, but I also don't need him to re-injure the shoulder. I want him to be healthy and going into the offseason good. Like, the wins aren't important. I worry about Trevor Siemian's health if he has to play with that offensive line. Like, seriously, like,
Yeah.
healthcare plan better be ready, because at least Justin Fields can run away from him. What's he going to do? Dangerous. So
I'd like to get some odds on whether or not we'll see Nathan Peterman before the season is over, and it's probably pretty good odds, right?
Yeah, I don't see how Trevor Siemian can survive the rest of the season as the quarterback with that offensive line. One game at least he would miss. He'd have to.
We talk about tanking in the NFL, and obviously you cannot tank in the NFL because there's just no way that you can send people out there. I mean, first of all, like NFL guys just aren't going to tank, right? That's just not in their blood. That's not when you compete, you go out there and you try. But when you talk about tanking, there are things you can do to better your odds at a higher draft pick. One would be, sitting Justin Fields. Another would be trading with Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith, or signing players that maybe you don't think aren't very good, which has really been the case for everyone that Ryan Poles has brought in this offseason. So I kind of wonder if the game has really kind of, if we're getting to that thing where Ryan Poles looks and, hey, we might get a chance at a Will Anderson or a Jalen Carter. Like, if you're sitting here right now and there's so many different needs you have to fix for the Bears, why would you want to, go anything better than 1-5 over these last 6 games?
Listen, no city does the tank like Chicago. It's what we do now. Everybody's doing it. It's become the rave, So I agree with you. Everything they've done last offseason and into this season, other than letting Justin Fields run and I guess getting Chase Claypool, which hasn't developed into anything yet, other than those couple things, everything spells tank. Tank, big tank. They're going for it. And the reason I think they could quickly turn this around, Kevin, is look at what they have. First of all, the NFL is a league where if you have a quarterback and money and draft capital, you can go from worst place to first place. It happens all the time. Like, they have right now, I think it's $110 million in free agency they can spend in cap space.
Yeah.
And they have 8 draft picks, 5 of which are in the top 4 rounds. Right now, they're the number 3 pick in the draft, and it doesn't look like they're going to get any closer to, like, going the wrong direction if Fields is out. So let's say they have a 1, 2, or 3 pick. Well, somebody's going to need a quarterback, and if you believe, as most of us do, that Justin Fields is the future and he just needs to be surrounded with the right guys, you take that pick. And while I would love to see Marvin Harrison's kid be the wide receiver that's teamed up with Justin Fields,
you got 2 years.
I don't
him.
see
He's
him
not available until
the draft, and the Bears go from having 8 picks to having 10 picks in the first 4 rounds.
Harrison's kid is not. He's not around for this draft. He's in 2024.
Okay, well then that's impossible. I stand corrected. I'm an idiot. But that doesn't stop the point that I want like 10 picks, because think about how many holes they're going to have to fill. Like, we say, oh, great, they're going to get some wide receivers and they can go get a free agent wide receiver, whatever you want to do. You need probably 2 pass rushers at the very least. You need a cornerback. In half the defense, you're going to need a running back. Montgomery's going to be gone. You're going to need at least 3.
I don't know that Montgomery's definitely gone.
Yeah, so, like, how many guys can they replace in one offseason? I'm telling you, they have a lot of money in draft picks, but not all of those are going to work out.
I think I think Montgomery stays. I think that
really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know necessarily that who else out there is going to give him a lot of money. I think it feels to me like it's a situation that they could actually just really figure out and come to an agreeable number for both sides. I mean, you have so much money, and you know what Montgomery is. You know what he's capable of. I mean, he's a great player, and he's he's already solved one of your question marks, right? Like you're going to go with a known quantity. So
I know. Yeah, and they were going with. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. They're going with Herbert a lot more recently, but that last game in Atlanta, David Montgomery really impressed me with the way he caught the ball out of the backfield. There were a couple passes from Justin Fields to David Montgomery where I said, well, I don't know why they'd be so against that if he's willing to do it at the right price.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like he's kind of like Matt Forte light, right? I mean, he's not quite at Matt Forte's level, but the skills that he has, I just think he can do so much on the football field. So if you can get to a right number with him, my question for you though, Luke, is, and we based the title of the show off of like, when will the Bears get good again? Do you think this is a situation where they will get good again in 2023, or is a timeline to you looking more like 2024 and 2025?
I guess it depends on what you say good is. What's your definition of good? And if it's getting to the playoffs, I think it's next year. I don't see why this team wouldn't be a playoff team with all the assets that they can bring in this offseason. And I know everybody'd have to learn a new offense and everybody have to learn new schemes, and you'd have to the meshing and gelling that would have to take place in training camp would be significant.
Yeah.
But if you bring in the right guys, even if half of them turn out to be the right guys, it's a winnable division. Like, you always have the Lions. The Packers are going in the wrong direction, and the Vikings aren't going to be that great. Like, I think the Bears are a playoff team next year for sure, in my opinion, with what I've seen from Justin Fields. Do I think they can compete for a Super Bowl? No, because if you have 8 draft picks, I don't expect all those guys to be able to just jump it. We've seen with Brisker and Gordon this year, like there's a learning curve. But when you surround them with better players, that learning curve shrinks a little bit,
Right.
So currently, we have 2 guys on defense that are trying to learn defense, and they're surrounded by nobodies. So I think 23 is a playoff team. I think 24, 25, when they can apparently get Harrison, according to Lawrence, because he knows more than I do.
He'll be the game changer.
Correct.
That's when you become a contender, a real contender.
Just so you're aware, a couple people have been throwing in some chats here. Logan said that the Bears are in the best position for the future than any other team in the NFL. And then Sebastian, his timeline was 2023 wild card, 2024 NFC North champs, 2025/2026 Super Bowl contenders. So
I think that's totally realistic. I don't even know about wild card. I think they could win the division next year. Why not?
Yeah, well, FTP.
Like next year be the 2005 sort of season where it builds up, in 2006, that comes the year later. I don't know. Hopefully Steve Smith isn't waiting in the wings just to crush everyone's dreams like in 2005. I'm still not over that.
That's true. They have more cap space than any team in the NFL, and they have significant draft capital, especially if they're a top 3 pick.
It's an interesting time to be a Bears fan. We're going to have to get through these next 6 weeks, I guess 7 weeks, because they do have a bye. But it's going to be worth it. I mean, right now, you have your quarterback. Hopefully he gets through whatever the shoulder injury is, and we stop talking about RG3. And, that was a little concerning watching him go down on the sideline. It was like, oh, God, like this last 3-week honeymoon is over. But, there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic.
Hey, by the way, real quick, Kevin, I heard RG3 on the radio, I think last week on Waddle and Sylvie, saying that he called the Bears and asked them to be like Fields' mentor. I thought that was fascinating. Like, he wants to kind of pass on his experience and has spent time talking to Fields.
Do we want that?
Yes,
I think so.
He's been pretty good as an analyst. He did the Badgers Huskers game on Saturday. I enjoyed him. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want him as the backup quarterback, but I wouldn't mind him being, in the quarterback meetings.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the taking care of business segment powered by ComEd. This week's winner, it's our first non-football winner, I think. And it is our guy, Marian Hossa, who was actually here in studio on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast last Friday. Because I was out of town, I missed that. I will regret it for the rest of my life. Very sad. But at least Lawrence and Kacy got to see him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. amazing.
That was a really great segment. Then on Sunday, Marian Hossa became the 8th man in Hawks history to have his number retired, and it was just an amazing ceremony. Luke, did you get to watch it?
I did. It was really cool, and I love the fact that Edzo was back to present him on the ice, and just by the amount of former teammates that came there to be there for that celebration, I think it shows you how respected he was, not only in the NHL, but specifically by his teammates. I can't think of one player that would have a bad word to say about Marian Hossa. Just one of the all-time greats, and we were lucky that he signed with the Blackhawks, right? I mean, it's Lester and Hossa. That's it. Best free agent signings in Chicago sports history, and I would probably argue that Hossa's number one because it led to 3 championships.
3 titles, right? Yeah. Well, don't forget Candace Parker. Candace Parker signed with the Sky, immediate WNBA championship. So I think she's in that conversation. But I do think Hossa is on top of the mountain because it is 3 titles. And he's just such a cool guy, right? And it's to be expected because he's Slovakian. I'll just put it out there, Luke. And we know other good Slovakians.
Yeah.
Talking to one right now.
I'm not Slovakian. What are you talking
You're not
about?
Slovakian.
Okay.
I bet you I have some Slovakian if I did that 23andMe or whatever they call it.
We should check it out. I wrote in this week's CHGO newsletter, though, watching that ceremony and watching Hossa up there and watching Seabrook and Keith and Jarmelson and even Taze and Kane, who are on the tail end of their Blackhawks careers, it's just really a reminder how quickly time goes.
Yeah.
And I just kind of remember thinking this Blackhawks dynasty is going to go on forever, and it didn't, right? It was here for 6 or 7 years, then it kind of moved on, and before we even know it, we're seeing his number raised to the banners, and we'll see probably number 7 and number 2 and number 19 and number 88 similar ceremonies. And it's just kind of crazy how quickly it does go, and how quickly you can go from living in the moment and winning all those titles to these kind of iconic moments where you're raising the numbers to the rafters. It's kind of cool to live through that, but also a little sobering to think of how quickly it can all move.
This is the anniversary of his first game with the Blackhawks.
Is that right?
Yeah, because I can remember he had the injury when he first got here and he didn't play right away. And Pittsburgh, it was the night before Thanksgiving. What do they call that? Where all the kids go out and booze. And at that time, I went out with all my friends. Lawrence will know the name of it. I can't think of it. A bowling alley with 3 lanes in Lincoln Park, but it's also a bar.
Southport Lanes?
Yeah, Southport Lanes. We were there watching the Hawks game.
R.I.P.
It was Hosta's first game.
Definitely.
And did he have 2 goals?
Yeah, in San Jose. Yeah, it was a late night game, and everyone's like,
that's who it was.
Yeah, that's
and so
pretty
this
awesome.
is the anniversary of his first game. And to me, that doesn't feel like it was that long ago. But now to think okay, three championships came, he retired, and now his numbers in the rafters, that's eye-opening.
Well, do you remember when he came in, he signed a 12-year contract that was at that point designed to really, mess around with the cap, and now that sort of thing isn't legal anymore. And you just thought, man, 12 years, that thing's going to go on forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, 12 years is 12 years, but here we are already, and his numbers in the rafters. But it's pretty cool to see 81 flying up there.
Yeah, and when you look at these baseball contracts that both teams in town should be giving to somebody, it's a reminder that the long-term deals, even though Hossa's didn't really play out the way we expected it to play out at the end, the long-term deals are okay if you give them to the right guys. Hossa was the right guy to give one of those types of deals to, and they desperately needed him, and he was the perfect piece for a talented but young team, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm not afraid of the 9-year deals in baseball. I just want him to go to the right guy.
And you want them to result in titles, right? I mean, you can't guarantee that, but
yeah, if you get 5 good years out of a player and 2 or 3 titles, who cares what the next 5 years are?
Right. I don't think we'll ever see that happen in Chicago sports again. I really don't. I mean, a free agent signing resulting in something like that, but I don't know.
Hey, by the way, look at your screen there. Look at that beautiful T-shirt there.
Our legendary shirt available in the CHGO locker right now.
It's gorgeous.
Amazing.
By the way, Kevin, where do you rank Hossa in athletes that you've spoken to as far as just easy to get along with, professional? For me, he's easily top 5 in any sport.
Yeah, and especially when you factor in the star power, right? When you factor in like the Hall of Fame status. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to think long and hard about like what that looks like, but Hossa is definitely up there. Just an easygoing guy. Do you know that he was born exactly 3 weeks after me? So we're the same age. Like it's
almost could be related then, both Slovakian and.
Yeah, my cousin Gary met him at some autograph signing a few years ago, and they kind of almost look alike. It's the town that my grandfather grew up in, Slovakia, is not that far from Trenčín, where Hossa is from.
Cool.
So.
He's one of those guys in professional sports. I know we're going to talk about the Thanksgiving dinner, but like he's one of the professional athletes that you would be comfortable introducing him to your grandmother.
Right.
A superstar that you would introduce to your grandmother. Like, I don't know how it would go if I introduced Rodman to my grandmother, but I would feel more comfortable with marrying Hossa than I would Dennis Rodman or Big Z, or maybe, well, I don't know. Big Z might be all right too.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Bulls had a big win on Monday night. Thank God they beat Boston. They are now 7-10. They really needed that win in a big way because now they go on a 6-game road trip that looks like it's going to be hell. They're in Milwaukee tonight. Then they hit Oklahoma City, Utah, Phoenix, Golden State, and Sacramento. They're not back here until Wednesday, December 7th against the Washington
Wizards.
Wizards.
Is the circus back in town? What's going on?
It's just, yeah, I don't know. Apparently the universe just will not allow a Chicago team to be in. Well, I guess the Blackhawks are here on Friday, which is they're playing the Canadians on Black Friday matinee. But yeah, I mean this is really like shit or get off the pot time for the Bulls, right? I mean,
what is it?
I don't know.
I mean, they're 7-10. It's fine. They're fine.
It's
But
not.
they could be like 8-15 after this.
You're being skewed by one win against the Celtics. I tried to tell you guys a couple weeks ago when they had beaten the Hornets and who was the other team? The Nets. They won those 2 games, and then and you guys were like, "What do you think? Are the Bulls for real?" And I was like, "They're going to lose to Boston and they're going to lose to Toronto, and it doesn't look good after that." Sure enough, they lost 6 out of 7. Now they're going to beat the Celtics, and the next 7 games are all against teams with better records than theirs. Only Oklahoma City has the same record at 7-10.
Lawrence, what
better records?
Those 6 games I just mentioned? What's the record coming out of those 6?
Oh boy!
Would you take 2 and 4 right now if I offered it to you?
Let me look. At
I'm going to do it out. I'm going to do it out of 7 because I'll include that first game back as well because that's
then the one after Washington is Dallas here.
Okay, out of those 8 games, let's do out of those 8 games. If they win 3, they should be happy.
So if I said right now, Luke, I'll give you 3 and 5. You take it, no second thoughts.
I would take. I think that's for this team. I think that's maybe optimistic. I hope not. Maybe they saw. Maybe they finally realized that when they play against the Celtics, who have like 4 losses, 2 of them to the Bulls, they realized, if we actually play hard defensively and do the right things and share the ball, that we can be a good team. Mm-hmm. If we don't and we show up and go through the motions, we're going to get our tails kicked. So maybe it was a wake-up call. I just have a feeling if they were 500 in those 8 games, if they went 4-4, they should be thrilled.
Yeah, I don't know. I am now looking at these games. And it is not.
Look,
it's not fun. I mean, they're never going to beat Milwaukee. They just can't. I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Sure, they could beat OKC, but then Utah, obviously, curse of Lowry. He's reborn.
Yeah, Phoenix
in Utah.
Golden State lost. Sacramento lost.
Golden State. I mean, yeah, Sacramento, the beam. They're lighting the beam every night now. That's crazy. Gosh.
You need your superstars to be superstars. And
Honestly,
hopefully Zach Levine got a bug in him after being benched 2 games ago, and have a little bit of red ass in him.
I think
that's what they're going to need.
I think the Warriors game is one of the easier on this trip, which is frightening to say because Steph is going wild right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right, we'll see what happens. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve save money and energy. ComEd offers free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, whether it's lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. And within 3 to 4 weeks, customers will receive a report detailing energy efficiency projects that they can start working on immediately. Each recommendation will include estimated energy savings, cost savings, project cost, potential incentives, and simple payback. So don't wait. Get started saving money and energy today. For energy saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment, go to comed.com/poweringbiz. That's B-I-Z. And if you're ready to sign up for a facility assessment, you can call them at 1-855-433-2700 during normal business hours to speak with a ComEd Energy Efficiency Program rep. Or you can email businessee@comed.com to request an assessment online on their website at comed.com/facility assessment.
Kevin, our next product is what I'm using to get me ready for the big Thanksgiving gorging and stuffing. It is, of course, something I take every one, AG1, because I didn't have time, wanted better gut health, more energy, and optimized immune system. Now I've been on it since April, and I love it. It doesn't taste super healthy. It just is super healthy, and it tastes sort of tropical. So I take it first thing in the morning. Here's what it is. 1 scoop of AG1, you absorb 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, adaptogens to start your day right. It's a special blend of ingredients supporting your gut health, your nervous system, immune system, energy, recovery, focus, aging, all those things. I take it first thing in the morning, giddy up, there I go. It's also keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free. You're all good with AG1, and you're investing in all-in-one nutritional insurance for less than $3 a day. Where can you get a deal like that these days? Recommended by professional athletes, more than 7,000 5-star reviews. So right now, reclaim your health, arm your immune system this winter with convenient daily nutrition. Just 1 scoop in a regular cup of water every day. That's it. You don't need a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. And to make it easy, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/CHGO, Bulls, Cubs, Sox, whatever you want to put at the end of it. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/CHGO Cubs to take ownership over your health. Pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
All right, it's that time of week again. It is Scroll Stoppers with Kacy Standohar. Kacy's in the house. She had a bad commute on the, Kennedy Expressway today?
I guess. Whatever brings me here.
Yeah.
She has no
I was
idea
in
how
an
to get
Uber
here.
in my master's jacket. Hello, friends.
I was going to talk about this jacket.
Do you like it? Are you into it or not into it?
I don't know. I mean,
My
Kevin
boyfriend
sounds
didn't like it either. This
you
morning
make a
when
lot
I-
of things that look good, but I actually
you.
kind of feel like you're going to pop out and try to sell me some like sort of Christmas gift at Marshall Fields, which isn't a bad thing, but
I was going for a holiday look. My boyfriend said it looked too 90s. He's like, I don't like the 90s trend. I was like, I didn't know that blazers were 90s. Wait,
it's
are
also
they?
it's also a little Christmassy.
I have advice for your boyfriend. Do not ever tell your girlfriend or wife that something looks like a different decade.
Sarah said I look beautiful. My boyfriend should have said you look great, and that should have been it.
Sean in the chat says that jacket is amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Sean loves you.
Yeah, I
Sean,
had
I feel like Sean's a recurring character in this.
Sean, you're the best.
Yeah. Now that I look at you on screen, you actually do look like you just won the Masters, which is kind of amazing.
I like
Yep,
that. That is fine with me, rather than like a Christmas
But I will also say that you kind of look like the aunt that like wears like maybe some
the shoulder pad.
offensive cologne. It comes in just a little, yeah.
That's
Well,
perfume.
now I have to go change.
It's called
'cause
perfume.
I don't want that.
You do smell good today, Kacy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh,
All right,
sorry,
let's
Luke.
get to
You're
scroll
missing out.
stoppers. I have a question though. Are you guys going to be scroll stopping Black Friday sales, looking at the deals? They're already happening. We might have some happening on CHGO.
You might, you have your hands full with the upcoming Black Friday sale on
Yes.
CHGO, which is going to be amazing.
Oh, so
Yes.
there is one. So Kacy
There-
was teasing something possibly happening.
There is going to be one. We
believe
can't
there
really
is
give
one.
details yet. I don't want to get fired, but we are having a Black Friday merch
Look,
sale.
I'm going to tease this. If you are a member of our Die Hard program, which we just introduced last Thursday, you will get an additional 20% off of all of our sale prices. Like, it's crazy. So go to allchgo.com/diehard, sign up, and just clean up on Friday when we do drop those deals.
Now's the time because you're going to see this deal and you're going to be like, I got to sign up. I got to get all these shirts for my parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters and whoever, friends. It's going to be good. All right. So we're kind of cheating a little bit. I think this photo is from last week. Is it from last week or early this week?
No, it's from
Is it from
Friday
Monday?
night or Saturday. So
Okay,
let's
so
take a look
this
at it
is
here.
something we all stopped scrolling to look at.
It's amazing.
This
My favorite
photo,
thing in
you've
the
never
world.
seen a Last Supper like this one. This was taken by a photographer named David Arrow.
Yarrow.
Features,
There's a Y at the start of his
I'm
name.
sorry, Yarrow. And it features some pretty big
Heroes? Oppa!
Chicago hockey stars. You could see Seth Jones, Chris Chelios.
Seth
course-
Jones is the first name you say?
Well, he's on the left. I'm going left to right.
Okay. All right.
Marian Hossa in the middle, who's clearly hockey Jesus, apparently, in this photo. Max Domi, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves. Who am I missing, guys? There are so many.
Is it
cool
Ben
people
Eager
in
in there
this.
somewhere?
Ben Eager, which I thought was a weird addition to this. I was like, Ben Eager? Why is he in there?
There's a model, a woman model. I still don't know.
Hossa is definitely
how she
hockey
relates.
Jesus, which I think we all
Who's Judas,
agree.
though? Is it
Who's
Cater?
Judas?
I couldn't tell which role. I don't. And I'm not remembering the Michelangelo.
So this actually reminds me of one of my favorite jokes ever. Jesus and the disciples walk into a restaurant, and Jesus says, "Yes, we want a table for 26." And the woman says, "Well, there's only 13 of you," and Jesus says, "Yes, but we're all going to sit on the same side."
Yes, I like that.
You like
That's
that
good.
joke?
I had to do the math
Took
there.
me a
One of your
second.
favorite jokes of all time.
It's a pretty good joke. You don't like it, Luke?
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I don't know if it's an all time.
I guarantee you, like at your Thanksgiving dinner, you're going to tell that tomorrow.
I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Is that a turkey in the middle of the table? I haven't been able
Yes.
to.
There's definitely a turkey in the middle
really
of the
get a
table.
good look at that.
Yeah, it looks like they took this like on a bridge.
So, well, yeah,
Rocky
it might
Flores was
be.
there too.
I should love this. I don't, because
It could be better.
What?
Sorry, I said it. Who are the random people? Who's that woman? I don't get it. Like everything should have purpose and meaning. in
yeah,
this,
I mean
and it
Johnny
doesn't.
Oduya should be out there.
Well, maybe he couldn't make it in time. They got frickin' Corey.
He's got a
Crawford.
beard.
Corey Crawford's there, for God's sake.
I don't hate it. I just don't like it at all.
And everyone's just not. It's not clear. I thought one of the guys was Pat Boyle. Like one of the guys looks like Pat Boyle. I was like, what is Pat Boyle doing there? And it's not
No,
him.
No,
it's Corey Crawford.
Yeah.
It's worth talking about. It does make you stop and take a look. Look at our gorgeous city in the background,
Yeah,
too.
and I just like I like how they all wore they had that same era, old school look, and Denny Savard is there. I mean, that's.
Where is that? Are they at Chicago Cut?
No, I mean, that looks, if I'm not mistaken, across the way there, that building in the center, isn't that the London House, or am I making that up? I feel like that, so that would be probably like.
They don't look like they're
I
high
think-
enough up to be at London House.
No. I'm saying they're across. That building in the background is there, so I'm thinking they're in front of
Oh, I
the
see what
building
you're
that is
saying.
owned by a piece of shit, I think, is where they're kind of at, looking a little southeast, if I'm not mistaken.
It's beautiful.
Sean said Judas is Chris Campoli, but I'm guessing he wasn't invited.
That's a good call.
Yeah, Chris Campoli. I haven't thought of that name in a while, but I'm just having bad flashbacks to Game 7 against Vancouver in 2011.
Dan Sharp says, I thought this was a Bear show. It's called the Chicago Sports Podcast, so you'll get to listen to Bear stuff, Blackhawks,
We did talk about
Bulls.
Bears. Did you miss it?
Chicago sports. We're talking Chicago sports
Yeah.
and
All right.
stuff.
Here's our next. This is kind of about the Bears. Our next scroll stopper. This comes to us from Jared Wilson. He tweeted this. He said, my brother is in Atlanta this weekend for a bachelor party, and they're all going to the Bears Falcons game dressed like this. Incredible. Look at all these Ditkas.
Look at this. It's Bears. There you go.
Bears. Look,
We could
they're-
recreate that.
I mean,
We
this
could
went viral.
recreate it with the CHGO shirt.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's a good
They
call.
all look identical. It's hilarious.
I guess on Friday I might need to purchase that shirt then.
Well, we should get this in a sweater vest, huh? The next thing for the merch, this logo
yeah.
on the sweater vest.
we
we'll
could
talk to
maybe
Eric.
do that. We'll have to talk to Eric and Brandon about that.
I'm
But
sure they'll listen.
it's cool. It's funny. They all have khakis. Look at this. They all have mustaches, sunglasses.
I mean, they definitely made national news with
Yeah,
this.
if you're listening and not watching, it's a
wild.
bunch of guys for a bachelor party dressed up like Ditka.
So my guy Jeff Arnold of Patch.com actually caught up with this bachelor party
Patch.
and wrote about that. Wrote about them. The most impressive thing about this was everyone committed to the bit and actually grew a mustache.
Oh, they're
which,
not
like,
fake
you've
mustaches.
got a good crew. If one, you get that many people to travel on a plane for your bachelor party, like that means you're a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
But also to get people to grow a mustache and really commit to it is pretty awesome.
So if they had a friend that couldn't grow a mustache, was he just uninvited?
Correct. Can't be friends.
apparently
with
there was the other cool thing is there's some Packer fans in there who also
Oh.
just wore that. Which hey,
Wow.
That's a good
come
friend.
on over to the bit. You know, like you've been on the wrong side of history, the wrong side of the universe. Now you've got actual chance. Like we will take you, but only now, right? Like you have to commit now. You can't, like Justin Fields can't become officially the guy, and jump on the bandwagon.
There's rules. There's levels to this.
There's levels to this.
Did the Bachelors supply the
good.
sweater
Nice
vest,
callback.
did everybody have to go out and buy sensible khakis for this, or they each?
Yeah,
had to
they
shop?
bought them on NFLshop.com because that's not actually the official Ditka
I'm sorry,
sweater.
the
That's
khakis they bought on NFLshop.com?
Yeah.
The khakis? You can buy those on NFLshop.com?
Sensible
not
khakis.
that's clearly something that they
He's
made
not answering.
in.
He's just not answering. That's fine.
That's not the vintage sweater. That's like something they made now. So
Oh.
Okay. What does anybody wear a sweater vest anymore? I used to pull the sweater vest off. I can't see Lawrence or Kevin ever wearing a sweater vest
Never.
in their lives.
No.
I think when we have our CHGO Friendsgiving, you guys should wear sweater vests.
Not happening. But Kacy, you could probably pull it off with your 90s blazer
I
situation.
would do a sweater vest.
Yeah.
I would feel very Jennifer Aniston in that, which would be great.
Dan said to buy the aviators as well. Don't forget the aviators.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
Maybe they use-
apparently
maybe
the
they're Shady Rays.
apparently the Bachelor bought the aviators. I was like part of the thank you for coming.
Now that's a good bachelor gift, right?
I told you
guys.
Jeff is a great reporter. There was a lot of details on this, so Google that and check it out.
Block Club
Fun.
Chicago also talked
Like
about
it.
That's fine.
Someone said I mustachio question, which is one of my favorite.
Yeah. Swanky says I was at the game and saw those guys. I sat right by Jaquan Brisker's sister.
Oh.
The Brisker sister. That's cool.
Nice.
All right. Our CHGO clip of the week this week is also from Friday because we talked a lot about Marian Hossa being a guest on the show. I think he sat in this chair. I'm not even sure why I'm sitting in it because it's holy now because he was
It
in
is.
the Last Supper
Yeah, seriously, it's
photo.
amazing.
But he actually left his water bottle here too, which we still have. And comment if you think that's weird because we think it's pretty cool.
Well,
But
we're
any-
just. I mean, explain, Kacy. We're just gonna take the leftover DNA and clone him 6 times.
We're
It's
gonna
not
make
a big
great
deal.
hockey team.
We're not. It's not like weird. We're not weird at all. I
If
mean,
this
it's just
rebuild
like-
doesn't pan out, we have a plan B.
Exactly. You never know. I literally have a Post-it note on his water bottle. It says, "Do not touch. Do not throw away."
Yeah, number 81.
This 81. Anyway, he was on the CHGO Blackhawks show with Mario, Greg, and Jay, and he recounted that moment in Game 5 against Nashville. So listen up.
Oh my God! I think Kacy. By the way, I think it's potentially the wrong clip. Well, let's see. We're gonna roll it. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
I think it's the right one, but I think the lower is confusing at the bottom. We'll see.
Okay.
Here we go.
We'll see.
One of the few times we saw you really celebrate.
Yeah, that's right.
On the
Woo.
ice, and all you have to say to a Blackhawk fan is Nashville Game 5, and everyone nods and smiles because that's such a wonderful memory for people. And we saw you really, get down on 2 knees and pump your arms in celebration. Talk through, from the major penalty, you're sitting in the box until that goal goes in the net. What's going through your mind in that situation?
So we were down by 1 goal, and Joel sent us there to score, and we dumped the puck, and I was my eyes were at the puck, and you guys know myself, I wasn't like the guy who was sitting in the penalty box too much. So I tried to, just go for it, and I think the guy, put himself in a bad position, and I just tried to get a puck, and he fall head first in the boards, and didn't look good, obviously, but I don't think that was that bad. But I got a 5 minutes penalty, and I couldn't believe it. Like at the crucial time, 5 minutes penalty game. That was game 5. I was like deciding game pretty much. Get you advantage for the next game. You can close the series or disadvantage. It's a big difference when it's for 2-2. So I was sitting in the penalty box, and I was just, I was like, wow, like what's gonna happen here? 2 losses already behind me, in the 2 finals. Now I'm in the 5 minutes penalty box. I don't feel pretty good, right? So thanks God, Patrick Kane scoring goal. I think minute left when we pulled the goalie to tie the game, but that wasn't over. There was like still overtime, and they have Shea Weber with a huge shot. So I was just, excuse me, I was going to the dressing room, and
not that water bottle. Nope.
Guys were talking, make a strategy for the penalty kill, and I'm sitting there in a corner on my stall and just praying, don't score, just save it, extra minute. So the guys did excellent job, killed the penalty, jump on the ice, puck just came to me, and we scored.
Amazing. That's not the water bottle or anything. No, that's not it. Not at all.
Visually, you could see him drinking out of it if you're watching on YouTube. So we're not lying.
I was at that game 5. It remains and will always be like one of the greatest games I've ever been to. I mean, just completely improbable comeback and just an iconic moment. Legendary.
Such a cool story.
Wait,
hey, quick update. Bears head coach Matt Eberflus tells reporters that Justin Fields is cleared to practice today, but they are only going to hold a walkthrough. He will be listed as limited on the injury report. He will not go on IR. So
that's good.
Yeah,
right?
Depending if we want to tank or not. Yeah.
Well, it's great if we want to beat the Green Bay Packers in 2 weeks, which is really the only thing I want out of the rest of the season.
Yeah, just that, and then you could sit him the rest. Like, I don't even care.
Possibly, by the way, tailgate.
But have they confirmed a separated shoulder at some point? Like, I want to know what the injury is. If he had a separated shoulder or dislocated shoulder and it popped back in, I want to know. I don't want him to play this week if his
Luke, you got to be like, you just think of Wani. He's got a shoulder.
Got a shoulder. No, I don't know. Well,
ooh. Are we talking about the tailgate real quick?
Well, I thought maybe we should. I mean,
we gotta blow this thing out, man. Like, the Packers are in town. We need our biggest crowd yet there.
Yes, December 4th. Sign up. I'll post the link on Twitter.
And if you're a diehard, you get 20% off that entry fee. So,
boom,
get after it.
All right, that'll be the end of Scroll Stoppers. We just love this song. We're gonna play it again.
All right. Game Time is the hottest new ticketing site that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. If you've ever dreamed of sitting in a seat you never thought you could, like the 50-yard line, courtside, behind home plate, on the glass, it is possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. You won't find a better deal anywhere. Game Time is created by the fans for the fans, and it guarantees the lowest price. And if you love CHGO, then you will love Game Time. And the best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. So whenever you go out to the Bulls or Blackhawks or whatever concert you want to go to, make sure you check that Game Time app through one of our links, and that really helps us out. You will join over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app, and you will score the best seats to all your favorite events.
Shady Rays, they never understood why sunglasses were so expensive, so they set out to change it. You don't have to break the bank for quality sunglasses this winter because our friends at Shady Rays have you covered. Shady Rays are premium, polarized shades that feature world-class optical clarity, substantial durability, and styles cater to everybody and every lifestyle. The best part about Shady Rays, they have this insane protection program on all of their eyewear, lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your shades on day one, they told us they'll send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Drop them in the lake, send you a new pair. Off a cliff, new pair. Drop them on the ice and they crack, new pair. They will replace them. even with that strong of a protection program, they still managed to make quality that I can tell you, holding them in my hand, seem as good as any expensive pair of shades that I've ever had. Shady Rays customers seem to agree with over 200,000 5-star reviews. Look at Kevin and his Shady Rays. Shady Rays also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order placed and have donated, this is hard to believe, but amazing, 20 million meals to date. They stand behind their product and told our team that if anyone has a problem, they throw profit out the window and do what it takes to get it right. Free returns, free exchanges. You either love the shades or Shady Rays is going to ship them, pay for you to ship them back. That's it. And exclusively for CHGO listeners right now, Shady Rays running their deepest deal of the season. Holiday shopping, baby. This is it. Use the code CHGO for 50% off 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. That's BOGO, baby. Buy one, get one free. You can get 2 pairs as low as $54. Redeem only at shadyrays.com, where you can find all their newest and best shades. Again, the promo code CHGO.
Luke,
Kevin,
these things are amazing.
You look like a blues brother.
I was
amazing.
just gonna say I'm definitely getting Blues Brother vibes. You know,
I became.
We're 106 miles from Chicago. I've got a full tank of gas, half pack of cigarettes.
I became 5
dark.
times as cool the minute I put
I'm
these
wearing
things on.
sunglasses. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those.
Enjoy it.
Those are like blackout ones. I think those are dark. You can get all kinds of stuff behind those.
Yeah.
Apparently, they just came in. I ordered these, and they asked which ones I wanted, and Jake just came and delivered them to me. So I might as well do the show, the rest of the show in them.
I think so.
Yeah,
I would like mine.
Those are
Chat.
nice. And Kevin, if Kacy reaches over and tries to break those sunglasses because Scroll Stoppers is over, you can send them back and they replace them for free.
I'm definitely going to do that.
These are really well made, though. I don't think they're going to break, honestly.
No.
And when I think about like the big brand sunglasses that I've had in the past that have cost $200 or $300, like these seem as in quality the same exact thing. So
yeah, $300.
I'm all about Shady Rays.
Anyway, it's crazy.
All right, I want to tell you about DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's my go-to when betting on the NFL this holiday season. I love their same-game parlays, and they pay out really fast and easy, which is nice because I've been on a pretty good tear the past few weeks. And right now, new customers can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. And check this out. Right now, everyone can earn up to a 100% boost with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, place a same-game parlay, and combine multiple bets like which team will win, player props, point totals, and more. The more legs you add, the bigger the boost, the bigger your shot to win big. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code CHGO. Place a $5 bet on any NFL team to win their game and get a $150 in free bets if they do. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. And now we've got Kacy over there.
Look at these. I'm Jackie
Glam.
Kennedy now.
I love it.
Jackie Kennedy.
You should have came in today, Luke.
Totally left out with my.
Oh, you got the readers.
$5
Look at his readers.
You got your readers.
These are big, but I
I'm
like
thinking into
them.
that. The Shady Rays have readers because I break these suckers all the time. Put them in your pocket.
I mean, they do have the blue light glasses, which I think are pretty cool, since I'm old and don't like the bright lights.
That's right.
The lights look so different with these on.
Yeah?
I'm famous. I'm a Kardashian.
Okay. In your 90s blazer.
Let's not go that far.
Kidding.
All right, let's finish things out here. I have I'm going to do the CHGO Bears pod here in 10 minutes. So we got to wrap things up quickly. But I wanted to talk about Thanksgiving dinner and people who are coming to your Thanksgiving dinner. Sometimes you have people coming to your Thanksgiving dinner that you don't necessarily want to see. I want to pose this question to the three of you guys. I'm going to give you four invitations. One of them has to go to Chicago Sports Figure. The other three can go to whoever in the world that you want. Who are you inviting to Thanksgiving dinner?
This is so tough.
I want to go last because I want some ideas.
No, I want to go last.
No, you're going
last.
first, Luke, because you're not here.
I want to go
Everyone-
last because I don't have anything in my brain right now.
Lawrence is a curmudgeon. Lawrence wants to just eat his like Stouffer's frozen TV dinner by
What
himself.
are we talking about? That's a lie, and I can't.
You don't. I just gave you.
I cannot wait.
There's
to make
8
my
billion
sweet
people on the
potato
planet.
casserole.
I said you could, invite the 4 coolest people, and you're like, I don't know.
Well, it's just us.
Okay, I can do this. I can do this. As long as we know that the first thing would be to choose, as long as my family's there first, I'm happy. And
Okay.
of course, the
Yeah.
second thing would be to invite the entire CHGO Cubs family. You know, if I can have
Oh,
Cody,
I was gonna
Ryan,
say you guys, you three.
I was
But
going to say you guys.
Assuming that I can't invite them because they're at their own parties, these would be my celebrity choices. Okay, I have
Yeah, it's got to
two-
be celebrity. It can't be. Oh, I'm going to invite Cody Del Mendo. I mean, we love
Right.
Cody, but
So I have 2 that I came up with for different reasons. Groups of 4. If
Okay.
I want I would just love to talk to these 4 people. I have Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that's good.
Jared,
Barack
Luke, what are you talking about? You don't like the cream corn. I love the cream corn.
Barack Obama,
Heard of him.
Also a good one.
Michael Jordan, and Theo Epstein. Those would be my 4 that kind of jumped in my head. But then I thought, really, what's the fun in that? Because everybody's just going to want to talk to them, and they're not going to be talking to each other. So I thought, I'm going to go the opposite way because I like a little controversy at my Thanksgiving. I like a little tense silence every once in a while. The awkward silence, so I can get some eating done. And so I thought, all right, Michael Jordan,
Heard of him.
Scottie Pippen, who's mad at Michael Jordan.
Oh, gosh. You're doing that, huh?
Some drama.
Isaiah Thomas, who's mad at Michael
Oh.
Jordan.
And Larsa
then
Pippen.
I throw in my instigator, Charles Barkley. And I put the 4 of them at one table with me, and I just let it happen. Just let it happen because it's going to get real awkward and real angry real fast. By the way, Barkley and Jordan don't speak anymore. So now you got 4 people that don't like each other anymore.
Wow.
is Larsa Pippen coming as well or no?
And the
No,
the
Marcus
Marcus
is
Jordan
bringing her. But yeah, he
with
was
her
already
boyfriend.
invited.
She's like, "Hey, Dad." I mean, he's like, "Hey, Dad, this is my girlfriend."
Troublemaker Luke. I love it.
Huh? Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah.
And it probably leave early. And so there's more leftovers for me.
Dan wants to invite Mongo, which shout out to Dan for that one.
That'd be
And
sweet.
Mongo would be awesome.
Sean says Ozzy,
Sean actually.
AJ,
Yeah.
Michael Barrett, and Big
Yeah.
Z.
See, that's on my list with my MJ, Scotty, Isaiah, and Barkley.
Yeah, that's the sort of the
So Sean actually took one of mine. So I'll go. Ozzie Guillen is my Chicago sports figure. I just think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'd get after things. It'd be loud. It'd be boisterous. There'd be opinions. We'd be throwing them around. So Ozzie would be my Chicago sports figure. I would go with Trey Anastasio from one of my favorite bands, Fish. I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday. NFL Films tweeted this out. It was Trey being interviewed about Nick Mangold. Trey is a big Jets fan, and I kind of made it, and he's also a big hockey fan, so I've now made it one of my personal quests to get Trey one day to be on either the CHGO Bears or CHGO Blackhawks show, whichever one he wants. He could come on CHGO Sports if he wants.
I like it.
Luke, you may have to stay home that day. I don't know if he knows a lot about Chicago sports, but it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. You
So
could
Trey is coming.
You could just noodle for an hour and a half. The show would be like 4 hours long.
I would go with
was a
Bob.
fish joke.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go with Bob Iger, a guy in the news, right?
Bobby
He is. He's back. He's
Back,
running
baby.
Disney. I think he's like a likable person who runs just a crazy billion-dollar company, and those people are in short supply. Elon Musk sucks. Mark Zuckerberg
He
sucks.
said it.
Jeff Bezos sucks.
Bezos?
Jack
Bezos?
Dorsey sucks. Bob Iger, I think, would be cool. He could bring Willow Bay. It'd be fun. I'd like to know about what it's like to run Disney. I just came back from Disney. Have some questions.
Wait,
why there are so many damn people.
Willow Bay, like the NBC from
He's-
the 80s? That's his
Is
wife?
he married? Yeah, he's married to Willow Bay.
Was she
Do I-
on the Ahmad Rashad show, Willow Bay?
Yeah.
NBA Inside
NBA
Stuff.
Inside Stuff. I mean, that's amazing.
NBA
That's a.
stuff.
My brain just exploded a little bit with that one.
You didn't know that? Like Bob
No.
Iger is like one of the coolest people ever.
Yeah.
Fourth person, I don't know. I'll just
Hard.
Willow Bay will be the fourth.
There you go. All
Wow,
right, good luck,
that's just,
Casey.
that's
Follow
just
that.
a waste right there.
I
don't
honestly,
know.
I couldn't do this. This is difficult. Like, I think I have a lot of questions for Michael Jordan. I would want to talk to Michael Jordan. I know that's a basic answer. I think I would invite Taylor Swift.
Oh,
because I do like her. And
hi, it's me or whatever.
Yeah, she would come in and say that. I watched her documentary, and I just think she's a very interesting person, and I would want to know like how she handles fame in her day-to-day life because I think it's wild. Sure. And then I would want to laugh, so I would probably invite like some of my favorite comedians, like Mike Birbiglia, or I don't know, just someone funny, like
me.
Yeah, like you. Jimmy Fallon, John Krasinski,
Jimmy
Ryan Reynolds.
Fallon. Ugh.
I don't know.
Maniscalco, come on.
I do like him too, but Mike Birbiglia is my favorite. Have you guys ever seen Nate Bargatze? He's pretty funny too.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
Sure.
So I would just want to laugh. So somebody funny.
That's a good one.
I thought with that coat you were going to say Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Rory McIlroy.
And Jim
I
Nantz.
thought for sure those were three.
Jim Nantz.
Wait,
Yes.
Phil Mickelson might be my fourth. Phil would be
And
fun.
Bubba Watson was going to be her fourth.
Yeah. Not Bubba Watson. All right, Lawrence, let's get your four and let's get out of here.
I actually have to do this. I thought we would say we've run out of time. Sorry. Let's go to the next one. I don't know. I'm just going to go with, I don't know. How about Chelios?
Marion Hossa.
I know host now. It's fine.
Which four
We're tight.
Blackhawks?
I mean, Chelly would obviously be, he'd probably bring some good energy to the mix.
Ed Belfour would bring his booze. That'd be good.
Yeah, sure. Enrico Ciccone, in case we want a little Italian in there. And Cummer. I don't know. Jim Cummins? I have no idea. Tyler Arneson, Mark Bell, Kyle Calder. I'm just going to start naming random Blackhawks from terrible eras.
Yeah.
Honestly, Dennis Savard.
Buffalo.
Yeah. But you did ruin mine. I wanted to say the three of you. So that
All right.
Kacy
I was gonna
ruined that.
pick.
I am thankful for the three of you guys.
Same.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for the new Die Hard membership deal. We did that first happy hour last night, and that was
It was
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
It was very cool to see some faces, match faces with people from these comment sections, and Corey and Adam ran that show really nicely, and that was a good time. I'd look forward to more of those.
Awesome. This has been the Chicago Sports Podcast. Check me out on CHGO Bears. That is an all Bears show,
5
except for
minutes.
whatever Carm introduces
Oh, gosh.
into there. That's probably,
Nightmare.
probably be something about tennis, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Check us out over there. Everyone else, have a great Thanksgiving. We really
Yeah.
appreciate
Thank
all of
you.
you who tune in. Usually every Thursday at 11 a.m. Today was Wednesday at 11 a.m.
We are
But
thankful for you.
thank you for listening to the Chicago Sports Podcast. We will see you next Thursday.
Happy Turkey Day.
Turkey.
Ciao.